who are working inside the industry are working under sales and marketing half. Larger companies will need marketing half, will need sales staff as well as you need front end and back end sales teams in larger companies. So sales is creating the uh, situation or the customer handling part where you are creating business for the company. Understand? So you have to handle cold calls, you have to handle hot calls, you have to handle an inquiry, you have to go for meetings, you have to understand the requirement of the client, you have to give them the solution, tell the benefits which are associated with the solution to the client. Understood? That type of things has to be done. And sales is not a purely non-technical job. It is actually partial technical and partial commercial job. Understood? What will be the general load? What type of equipment you are planning to suggest? That's it. You have to prepare a bill of quantity or the costing sheets you have to prepare. Then you have to move towards your uh, negotiations part, order processing. Understood? That type of things has to be taken. Again, Ajit has asked, leading companies showed in the PPT recruit fresh MVP engineers. No, I will not say that. Okay, that will be taken care by mostly uh, those type of companies will take up experience acts. I should say that, but you have to create the experience by joining, at least by starting your career with smaller companies. Once you start the career with smaller companies, and then if you build up your experience or maybe 1 or 2 years, you can start targeting, or at least 2 to 3 years, you can start targeting your larger companies. That's the way it operates. So it's essentially, if you ask me, direct career, you can get an entry in say Bangalore. No, it will not happen. You may have to work with some type of a dealerized network or a contractor, gain your experience, improve your skill set, improve your knowledge. Then you will be able to get into a company like Carrier or directly York or something like that. And that's the way it generally operates. Okay, it's not that you cannot directly get in. Sometimes it has happened in the past years. Some of the companies like Lucid have gone with campus recruitments also. They have taken freshers from due to campus recruitment, not all, for all of them. You should agree to that. Understand? Most of the cases you have to start with junior level companies, smaller companies like private limited companies or companies who are into real time contracting, subcontracting. Work with them, learn the trade, understood the concepts, and then once you gain the experience, you can start hunting with jobs with the larger company. Understood? And people are saying like even 2 years or 3 years of experience, people are developing their career by doing an MBA. After that, they are pushing towards managerial jobs also. That is also happening inside the industry. Understood? So first 2 years are very important. Mostly, you'll find that it's a core engineering field. You will find that the salaries are comparatively lower. But once you gain the experience, you can go anywhere. That's the reality behind it. So sales and marketing is that. Then you have design and estimation. You have design and estimation coming up as a very important requirement because you have to draw drawings. AutoCAD will come up. Say somebody was asking cable modeling has to be done. Yes, you have to size the cables. You have to route the cables. Cable tray work has to be done. Uh, okay, that will be required. Can I get that? You have regulations with state to state. Okay, if you can come back to me on the same, I can give you some inputs on this thing. You can contact me over the mail. I have, yeah, if you have some amount of experience, it is always better because as a company's chances of hiring you will be more. Can I get a grade A supervisor license if I hold BTech? How to get it? I have a detailed requirement. Okay. Uh, See, current situation, I should say for last 2 months, it has been very difficult for everyone. But slowly it is going to catch up. It's for surely it is going to catch up right now. The things are not going in a proper manner as worldwide the corona issues are happening. I will come to that. People are slowly catching up to different things right now. The job market. Some of the countries have opened up. Some of the countries have shut shop. Some of the countries are in a transition stage. So after some 2 to 3 months time, once the situation is not today like now, yeah, after maybe 2 or 3 months time, it is always going to develop because see, end of the day, building constructions cannot stop. More people are there, you need see food, air, shelter. That's the basic notion, correct? Without these three, people not be, now I should add health also due to the current situation, but without that, people not be able to survive, correct? So food, air, after that you need shelter. So buildings are a part of what you are seeing right now. Understood? So future also the building construction will happen. More buildings are constructed, you will need more MEP professionals inside that. So that way, if you think, this is going to change. So every day it is not going to be a corona situation or an economic situation all the time. From last 2 years it has been going down a bit, but of course every industry is facing the heat. Understood? It's not like MEP or something else, but surely every industry is facing the heat. For a mechanical engineer or electrical engineer, if you are good enough inside the industry, you are getting the experience for 1 or 2 years. Of course, after that you will be able to get into profile. Bonnie, you are asking, that was a doubt from Pranav. And then your Bonnie is asking, can I get a grade A supervisor license if I hold a BTech triple E certificate with no experience? Okay. So this is something which I can get back to you. Okay. I will be getting hold of your email ID hopefully from the after the classes. So I'll come back to you on the same. Understood. So that is something which we have to discuss. You are planning to do it in Kerala. So that the documentation and that availability part should be taken care. Understood. In Dubai, every nook and corner there is a construction site is there. Yes, that is a different market altogether. That's why the migration part is more, particularly when you see a state like Kerala or state like say UP or state like Maharashtra or state like Tamil Nadu. You'll find that people are migrating to Middle East because of the number of job opportunities are there mostly. More buildings are available, more opportunities are there. Understood. So more buildings are under construction. Say right now, what is going to happen after the 2 or 3 months time is, or say at least 1 year's time, people have to invest because economically the country has to grow. So if foreign investment mostly comes into India, we'll have also more investment in our country also, and more countries will improve their job operations and their working professionals here. Understood. More number of people will be employed. That will happen. Okay. Now you have the projects design and estimation. Estimation is basically quantity surveying, takeoff estimation. That half will come. Projects starting from site engineer onwards to erection engineer, installation, testing engineer, maintenance, tab engineers, testing, adjusting, and balancing engineers are also part of both projects and service. Purchase departments are there, planning engineers are there, application engineers are there. Okay, coordinators are there. These type of different profiles are there inside the industry. So these are the ones which will help you get a foothold of this. And I would say each and everyone will have their own aptitude. I've seen people who have shined superbly in projects, people who have worked, made a career out of them inside sales and marketing from my last 14, 15 years of experience. Understood? So this is something which you have to find out your own. Everyone will have their own taste, their own interest. So that's there's a certain amount of litmus test, I should say, behind it to find what is good for you. Understood? And each and everything will have its own good pros and cons according to the individual who is being trained to get employed. Okay. Now, so why the requirement is worldwide? That is one good thing. Say now I have seen there's last 2 years there has been a tremendous amount of migration which has happened not only to Middle East, rather from Middle East or India towards Canada and New Zealand, Australia. I have my own students from the institute who have been working in Canada as a HVAC professional, in Australia as a MEP professional, as an electrical engineer, in New Zealand as a draftsman. Okay, so these are things which will help you out as well. Like the concepts stay same all across the world. Maybe the standards change. Yeah. No, estimation engineer and project engineer experiences weights are different, completely different. Project engineer is somebody who should be able to handle the site, take care of the progress at site, ensure material delivery, labor management, coordination, okay, site revisions, design changes, design decisions at site has to be taken care by a project engineer. Estimation engineer is mostly a person who will be at site or maybe at the site office, understood, or at an office job. So he has to take care of quantity survey, take off estimation, that type of thing he has to be taken care. Understood. That will be taken care of. Okay. Then industry's recession fee. I should say that is also a thing which is happening. That is a thing which will be contradicted by everyone. Understood. So right now also I have seen that a lot of industries are there, like automobile industry is there, construction industry is there. Inside the construction industry, people are being kept on hold at least. Understood. The jobs are not being lost. People are coming back to the industry. They'll start coming back to the industry when the free movement of material happens between countries, uh, between states. Understood. Right now, as we speak, as a common man, we'll be thinking about the railway lines are not there for us. Public transport is not there, or interstate or even sometimes inter-district transportation is not available. Inter-countries transportation is not available. The flights are banned. But I am seeing cargo being sent from India to Middle East. Cargo being sent from through flights from Middle East to India, or from China to India. Now that type of things are happening as well. So I cannot say the industry is completely under the health of recession, but it's down, but it will take up as a time it goes up. And the packages are good. The starting packages may be poor as a core engineering part it is there, but once your 2 year or third year experience comes up in the picture and you go into a larger company, the packages will turn into a better one. Life balance, like that's another thing which we see generally as an issue with mostly IT enabled people. But that type of thing is not an issue. There is stability. Pink slips are least in our industry. Understand? You are generally seeing pink slips being given to a lot of people now. So that's generally not the case. Okay. Now, you there's yeah, sir. Currently working in electrical design related marine field. If I completed MEP, can I get more opportunities, especially in marine field? Yes, I have been Ajit PM. Okay. See, there are a lot of people who have been working inside the marine industry. Uh, Personal experience, 1 month or 2 months back. Yeah, HVAC training in India is also possible. Okay, I'll come to Ajit's question first. I'll come to Realme 5's question second. Okay. So you have your question related to Ajit. Ajit, see, electrical system design to marine field is good. So if you are doing on an offshore rig or something like a ship, okay, these are all qualify as what marine. So I was recently did training programs for two experienced people in marine. One particular, both of them particularly in shipping industry. One was having some about ships. Sir. Okay, fine. Ship means you have been already working on the design. For example, recently I was working with a person who was having experience in doing tugs. Okay, the specialty is he is designing tugs. He is a project engineer, marine construction engineer who is constructing tugs, and he's working in Dubai. Okay, he did the HVAC program because he wanted to understand how the HVAC system is selected inside a ship, the concept behind it. From our side, we are teaching building side mostly because building side openings are much more compared to marine side. Understood? In case of HVAC related jobs. So we are taking mostly, he came to us, we were taking a training program for him. We took the training program in a building sector manner, but he came back to us with his ship design, and it was done, it was a tug which was being done by him at that time, and we gave him the design. So naturally, if you learn HVAC, you know the concepts of HVAC, it will be handy in case of a ship sector as well as. Understood? And now it's a way of going multi-skilling. One person knowing multi-skills is more desirable compared to a single person knowing single skill. Understood? So that way people are approaching our program. I am getting inquiries from marine sector, rig side people who are interested in HVAC programs or electrical programs, or even in case of this thing. That will help you a lot in gaining career growth as well as job stability also. That's what I have to say to Ajit. Understood? There are people who are learning electrical system design. You are doing, no. Likewise, if you learn HVAC inside a HVAC or ventilation systems inside a ship, it will be good for you. Like we try to club our standards with DNV, SOLAS, that type of shipping standards also. Understood? So if you can talk. Okay. I hope Ajit you are happy with my clarification. And Realme 5, how to get to HVAC technician? How to get? Yeah, you can always contact. Say if you have the phone numbers. You are seeing the phone number wherever you are, like we are in Tamil Nadu or you are in Kerala or you are in Maharashtra, whichever location. Mostly we are catering to the South Indian market right now. So that's the region that we are operating. So if you can talk to the person inside the phone numbers, you can talk to them. They'll help you with the solution. Okay, we are giving technician training programs also. We help with engineers, supervisors, which is again that's a nice question. Okay, I'll come to that. Technician training program, that's a part. So please contact the phone number. Okay, you have multiple phone numbers that are available inside our website also, www.dacda.com. You can go to whichever nearest location you are at. We have facilities across South India, so I'll give the addresses later. Ashik is asking about which is better, HVAC or firefighting. Okay, that's a very tricky question. Both of them are very good. Okay, but the number of opportunities for a junior level person will be more in HVAC compared to what firefighting. Understand? I'm very clear about that. If you are a mechanical engineer, the number of opportunities in HVAC will be more compared to firefighting. That's very clear. But as a salary friend or the job profile or experience, once you gain experience, say maybe you are a senior project engineer in HVAC or senior project engineer in firefighting, your take home or the salary package can be almost similar as per the company standards. But the number of openings in HVAC are way more. And I will say, don't think HVAC or firefighting. If you know both of them, it will be good. Understood. Now, people are hiring, say, any project engineer mechanical who can handle both HVAC and fire. Understood. Or he can handle plumbing and fire. Multi-skilling is more important now. So I'll say, but which is better, HVAC or firefighting? If you are asking me, number of openings in HVAC will be more compared to number of openings in firefighting. That's the only difference I should say. Okay. I hope it is done with Ashik. Okay. Fine. Now, there are queries. What are things are there? Say in HVAC, we have to do the heat load calculation. We have to do equipment selection as per the heat load calculation. And the equipment that we select is centralized one. Something like chillers or package machines. You have to do extensively ducting and piping. You have to select fans. You have to select pump insulation. Ducting will be made up of sheet metal or pre-insulated ducting will be used. The insulation part is very critical. Cooling towers, compressors. Okay, these type of things will come inside the HVAC industry. So this is what will be there inside the HVAC industry. But same like when you go to the electrical industry, as I told earlier, it can be HT site, it can be LT site. There will be RMU, the HT panel will be there, transformers will be there, LT panel will be there. Okay, Sheffield. Sir, Indian experience is not preferred for Gulf jobs. So see, that's again Indian experience will be a first step. Understood? In a Middle East job. Without 0 years experience, it will be difficult to get a job. So at least some 1 or 2 years of experience, if you can talk good, you can express yourself properly, and you know the technical stuff, you should have a fair chance. But Gulf experience is valued more. If you go for an experienced opening interview, okay, generally they'll ask for, say, if you have Gulf experience, you are preferred because they are looking for more value there. Understood? So Gulf experience will have more value, but as a fresher or a junior level person, Indian experience will do. That will be for a first job. As an Indian person here, so if you have to go to Middle East, you have to get a job. So at least some 1 or 2 years experience will do. That will give an advantage over having 0 experience. Now again, you are comparing 2 year Indian experience to 2 year Middle East experience. 2 year Middle East experience will be getting a better priority. Why is because so Indian standards are bit, say, I'm not saying too low, but say at least some 4 or 5 years behind what it is there inside the Middle East. I should say more in some cases. Okay. So India, the better exposure to better standards, better quality of projects will you have. But in India, any companies there are more? No. In South India, we'll be getting it very low. But Voltas has HVAC, firefighting, plumbing, electrical, they are doing everything together. You are talking to somebody like Reliance, a construction company. They'll be Sterling Wilson or say SNC Lavalin. They are having design jobs. They are doing everything together. Understood? They are doing HVAC, firefighting, and plumbing together. In fact, understood? That is there always. There are companies which are large companies are there inside the market which are doing things together, particularly the construction companies. Understood? So, and also even our interior firms like architectural firms like larger ones, they are hiring mechanical engineers and electrical engineers, so their job part becomes easier now. But say for a state like smaller states, smaller situations, I have seen version differences between India and Gulf. Yes, in India the standards are a bit low. Like what we follow in India is at least some 5 to 10 years behind what it is being followed in Gulf. So you should be aware about both standards. Like if you, that's why I've been promoting ASHRAE or ASHRAE is used, ASHRAE or NFPA. ASHRAE is a HVAC standard which is used by all the Middle East companies. Understood? One of the premium main standards which is used. So when you learn a training program, when you learn something, it is good to learn with what ASHRAE standards and ISHRAE standards. ISHRAE is Indian, so which is not say as updated as like an American standard. And most of the international exposure is more inside an American UAE market or Middle East market, Gulf market. That part is there. Indian experience or Indian standards will be a bit lower compared to the Gulf market. That's the reality. Understood? In India, firefighting we are following NBCI. In Middle East, they are following an American standard called as NFPA. Material-wise standard, if you are saying we are following IS standards. Material-wise, they are following ASME and BS standards. So those are bit better. European standards, British standards, American standards are better. Their companies, their material quality, the technology is better compared to what we get in India. That's the reason why I would say the Gulf experience is more still preferred. Okay. See, Jasim, basically you have this for everyone. Indian standards, okay, are bit inferior compared to what right now we have in with American, European as well as the British standards. Understood? So in Gulf, what is the situation is that when they do a project, they'll be following these American, British, European standards. The quality, design quality, and the material quality which is used there is far better than what we are doing right now in India when we compare it with Gulf. Understood? So that creates an experience difference also. When you work in a better quality environment with better material, better standards, naturally what will happen? You gain a better experience. That's why Gulf people or Gulf companies, they generally ask for experience with Gulf experience they are asking. But you have to, as an Indian, you have to start somewhere, correct? So that's why I'm telling you, gain 1 or 2 years experience. If you gain that experience with through that you can gain your knowledge, you will be able to start in a proper way. Okay. So that's it. I hope it helps you, Justin. Okay. So now, now about the company, we I have to say something about the company. Ace India Training and Services Private Limited is an establishment that provides world-class MEP training and MEP project management. Okay, so we have been inside the market from 2007. Okay, so okay, that Shambhu Mahadev. Sir, can MEP increase? Does being ASHRAE certified professional, see basically ASHRAE has n number of certification professionals in their curriculum. Understood? That is there. But not always ASHRAE is a thing. It can also any type of certification help you. And knowledge is always when it is used in the right direction, it is helpful for you. ASHRAE is a good platform. All the time ASHRAE is a very good platform because they are one of the important training programs. They do help in ASHRAE PDH professional development hours do help in careers, understood, particularly for experienced hands. And HVAC technician opportunities in Singapore, how to get a job in Singapore? I've seen people gaining experience in local market. Like I've seen a lot of people from Chennai, particularly Tamil Nadu, migrating to Singapore. Okay, so there you have people who are gaining experience. Using that experience of 3 or 4 years, they are migrating to Singapore through consultants, HR consultants, and other MEP consultants, open job market. Through that, they are migrating to Singapore, Malaysia, that type of market, even Middle East as well. And Shambhu has asked, can MEP increase the safety of a building during some situations? Yes, MEP has fire and safety, so that will obviously mechanical half. So you have fire and safety coming under MEP. So obviously it will increase the safety part. Bonnie, Indian standards are okay, but IEC, IEEE are followed worldwide. Okay, if you go to Middle East, IEC, IEEE are preferred compared to IS. Okay, they are using IEC or IEEE. No, as a fresher, PMP certification will be a bit may not be right for you. It's good to gain some site engineer, project engineer type of experience of at least some 1 or 2 years experience, and then if you move towards PMP certification, it will be better. That's my opinion. And there are people who push PMP certification for freshers also, but I generally take up that. Then one more question. Okay, this I'll just go to the top. Okay, Bonnie's question is clarified. Okay, now have the question coming up. Okay, Pranav has asked, sir, can internships at Apollo Tyres, Bosch, courses like AutoCAD, Mechanical, Coursera or Python from University of Michigan can be considered as experience? No, no, that these online programs is about knowledge. Say, we are also offering online programs. I'll say there is difference between knowledge and education. Understood? This is a all together different thing. Knowledge, if you are enrolled for online program or online webinar, online program, and you don't hear properly or you don't follow up it properly, they will not gain any knowledge. Understood? I don't think so. But when you value your knowledge gain and use that knowledge, that becomes education. So when it comes to something like Coursera or that type of programs, Python will be used inside our industry also. In case of automation, it is slowly coming up because it is data science. So it is also coming into that picture. But It's not our industry. AutoCAD mechanical, I should say, it's good to do with somebody who is if you are looking for MEP AutoCAD, that is better to go with somebody who is a professional, who is working inside the industry. Understood? Who is a trained person. Internship at Apollo Tires. If you are going to MEP, I don't think so. It is Apollo Tires internship will be considered as experience in MEP job. It will not be considered as an experience inside MEP job. It will be useful only that you have some amount of industrial exposure. You know how an industry operates. That only exposure edge it will be there. That chances of whichever department is there is also one more thing. Internship at Apollo Tires will not be considered as an experience inside MEP. Okay, Bosch, it will not be considered as an industry experience under MEP. Courses like AutoCAD mechanical, yes, but you learn it properly as per industry, that will be better. You don't learn CAD as a software, learn CAD as a industry. Understood? Okay, then that will be better. MEP industries CAD will be different compared to automobile industries CAD will be different compared to manufacturing or assembly. That type of things will be different. So learn from an industry specialist. Whatever CAD, if you are learning, if you want to learn MEP, learn it from MEP person. Understood? So that's idea. So this is a very clear thing. I hope you got the idea. Okay. Liaquat Ahmed. And can you brief BMFs? Okay, just a second. I'm getting a lot of questions now. Okay, just a second. Hold on. Okay, just a second. Hold on. I'll give some time for everyone. I'll try to bring that into this picture. So, can you give a talk about BMS also brief? Building management system is basically automation and control. Okay, you will have building management system will have mechanical control and monitoring, electrical control and monitoring, CCTV, access control, detectors, alarms, public addressing system, even some cases car park management system. These all things will come under a single window, and using all automation and control, you will, without reducing human effort, you will be able to achieve better efficiency. This is the idea with BMS. So in BMS, particularly when you have, say for example, electrical engineer will have a breaker. So the breaker can automatically trip. You want to monitor it. You can use a relay, or you can use the automation part. You can use sensors. Okay. You want a motor to switch on automatically, you can use a sensor. Then generally it's a simple thing. You can automate it. You want car park management system to be done, that can be done. And that type of things will be coming together under BMS. Okay. And BMS will have actuators also. Lot of actuators, lot of sensors being used. What is an actuator? Generally in mechanical or say mechatronics, you have a thing called as hydraulic, pneumatic, and electric actuators. Most of the cases we will use electric actuators. And a butterfly valve or a gate valve. Generally, I go to the butterfly valve and move it using my hand. Correct? Now it is not the case. If you have a full-fledged BMS, you can use an actuator or small electric low voltage motor to move the this thing. So this is brief BMS for you. I hope that you got the idea. Liaquat has asked, I am in third year, which is the right time to learn MEP, do the project. I will say, Liaquat, it's a very good time. Fourth year, you are doing your final year engineering project, do it in MEP. Understood? I don't know which is your department, whether it is mechanical or electrical. I'll say put your effort into doing something which is related to MEP, so it will help you gain the time. Will learning Primavera do? Yes, Primavera, again, if you have some amount of experience in projects, site management, that type of experience is there. MSP and Primavera are preferred a lot now. Okay, so that also helps a lot. Both are project management softwares. Like design is classified into 4 divisions: drafting, modeling, analysis, and management, project management. So the project management half is by Primavera and MSP. You have SAP modules also, open source company modules also, that is also available. Now, is planning Primavera completely different from MEP Technical? Yes, it's a different tool, so you have to learn it separately. Tekla, again, say it's an electrical one. Mechanical, Liaquat has told that mechanical one. Okay, mechanical, you can start thinking about HVAC project or a firefighting project, it will help you. Understood? You think something on a basic design thing where you can use your interaction in a way where you can use the concepts. You say when you do academic project, I will say, Liaquat, you are learning fluid mechanics. You are learning heat and mass transfer. You are learning some amount of thermal engineering or thermodynamics. Try to use what you are learning inside your academic project. Understood? That way, it will give you value in your job. When you job for a job hunt, that will help you. Say you're using, say, simple example, fluid mechanics, you have continuity equation, you have your heat and mass transfer, you have Q is equal to UA delta T, small equations. That all will be used inside our industry also. In electrical, say your power triangle, okay, that is used inside the industry a lot. Basic. Let us start with the basics. Do a basic project which will help you in improving efficiencies or bettering a sustainable model. That type of way, if you do something, it will help you a lot. Understood. Now, ANSYS. Okay, direct. ANSYS is a different thing. I don't have not seen ANSYS being used a lot in MEP industry. That's a good question because ANSYS is analysis thing, analysis software, but it's not heavily used inside industry. Our own softwares are there for analysis, so heat load analysis, electrical load demand calculation, all those things. We have our own softwares like HAP, that type of industry softwares are there. That HAP is there, ETAP is there. Then you have softwares like Elite, Camel. These being used. These are industry softwares. These may be new for most of you guys. That's Tekla is a basically structural BIM software. So that can be also used. Like it's a very powerful tool for this thing, designing structural steel designs that is there. So it's a product family again. So it's a simple alternative, like competing with Revit now. That is there. Okay. Now, which okay, AutoCAD. Now the question was arised by yes, MEP BIM part is there, so Tekla is useful inside that as well. But mostly it is used by preferred by electrical companies now. Okay, and as we have asked, Tekla useful for MEP. That question is arising now. Okay, if you check with the Tekla, the Trimble MEP's website, Trimble, that's website for them. If you check with them, that you will be getting more information on the same about Tekla being used in MEP and us. Then you have questions being raised on. Okay, Bonnie is asking for electrical, which is better, AutoCAD or AutoCAD MEP or AutoCAD electrical. But that's a pretty confusing question. I'll say at the starting, you have to use AutoCAD, and then learning AutoCAD MEP or AutoCAD electrical is way easier. Understood? Start learning AutoCAD basic. So you will get to know all things. See, the problem with AutoCAD MEP or AutoCAD electrical is that ECAD is there. ECAD means you have some amount of legends and symbols particularly which are there inside the software already. They're inside the program already. Okay, when it comes to general AutoCAD, you don't get the symbols inside the software. So you have to prepare themselves. You have to keep legends and symbol blocks ready with you and do the job. I will say prefer AutoCAD first and then slowly start learning AutoCAD from a MEP institute or a MEP person. Understood? That's better. That's the way you can gain knowledge. So don't learn general AutoCAD, learn electrical CAD, and legends and symbols have to be used like. Then Liaquat tool, okay, fine. Jasim is okay, fine. Jasim is done. And Tekla, okay, fine. Okay. Okay. Sir, why don't you put general? Yes, I'll give some time also. Okay, this is about the company. That's why Nokia 6.1 plus. I don't know who is this, but he has told us. It's a very good suggestion that why don't we put the general questions to the last. Okay, I have come to the conclusion of the technical half. That's why I thought that I will take up the questions. No worries. Okay, I'll take up the general questions at the end of the session also. So, can you say anything about the job vacancies? Any industry? Ashik, it's a very great question. Even say, when I am talking right now, even though I am having this much of experience, everybody will have in their mind some amount of apprehension inside their mind about what is going to happen after the corona or after the COVID situation or the pandemic situation. Yes, say now it is very bad. I hope that it doesn't get worse. It will be better for sure. Understood. A lot of things have to change as people start traveling from one location to another locations. Businesses begin interacting with each other. More business will develop and more vacancies only will arise. Understood. Gulf situation right now we have a situation with the petroleum prices also. but it cannot stay with this way till after the pandemic ends. The situation will change for sure. So at that time, I'm expecting a better times from reality. Okay, and that is going to change for sure. Understood. More investments will come because more businesses, more business investment, more people to be employed, and more people getting better jobs, more money in the hand of people. That's the way only governments can improve the standard of living and bring more people into the mainstream. Okay, Jasim, I have this in our mind. Okay, we have to discuss about chill water at the end of the session. Now I'll come back to my slide for right now. Okay, Ace India Training and Services Private Limited. So this is about the company. The organization was established in the year 2007. We have been operating from Bangalore, Chennai, and Cochin. We have 3 locations, and our team is all experienced professionals. Whoever you are interacting with, me included, they'll be having a general experience in design, projects, service, sales and marketing or planning. These type of different domains they have worked with. Understood. So these are what we are doing inside our companies, like based in Chennai, Cochin, and Bangalore. We have been providing HR services. We are providing HVAC MEP training. We are providing MEP consultancy. Okay. So HR services is where we try help people with jobs. We help people with getting into job placements for junior level people as well as experienced people. Training is where we give HVAC, firefighting, plumbing, electrical, BIM, Revit, AutoCAD, general training. Okay. And HVAC MEP consultancy also we are doing design jobs, real-time design jobs. So whatever we design is what we give for our students also inside the training institution. That is also there. That's what we are doing. These are our locations, which can check it out. These are our locations. Currently, say the live office sessions are not going on. The classroom training programs are not allowed right now by any state. So we are not taking up the live classroom sessions, but we are running online sessions parallelly right now. As I speak, we are taking classes for both Middle East as well as Indian persons. Okay, Indian candidates online over the online. We are taking the classes over Zoom as well as Microsoft Teams. Okay, these are 2 platforms that we are using. So for now, we don't have any classroom sessions. Cochin, we are planning to start a new session, live classroom online training program by June 1st, as well as that is for everyone. And also the classroom sessions will be started by June 3rd. That's the plan right now we are having. So if you are having an interest towards it, you can contact us. The live training program is 100% live. We are not using anything recorded. Like most of the online, like Udemy or Coursera, you find that everything is recorded. We have a 100% live online training program going on right now. So if you enroll for it, the fees may be a bit high. We cannot go with a very small fee, but always our training programs are 100% live. There is full-time interaction with the trainer across the screen. Right now, I am interacting only through voice with you. You are not allowed to speak. In case of a full-time interaction, you will be allowed to speak. You will have a limited batch strength. So every individual candidate can be talking to who the trainer across the screen. You have all the major standards like as earlier we have discussed that have been followed. We have a certification at the end of the training program with the professional development hours being mentioned. We have the PDHs being mentioned, how much hours you have spent on development. Earlier somebody was talking about ASHRAE. They'll be giving our 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour professional hour training program. Our online training program for HVAC, which is going on right now, is of a period of 45 hours. Okay, 15 days into 3 hours daily. So we are taking about the evening sessions for working professionals based out in Middle East. So we are doing that. So likewise, our duration will be also higher. And you want to break it up the duration also, we can do that as well. Some of the people will come for specific topics. Lifelong verification of certificates as per your ID proofs as well as the resumes provided, and all the projects that we are doing, that will be after a particular time duration will be shared with you. And we have a field experience trainers also. Understood. And these are the online programs that are being provided right now. Along with the classroom training programs, everything which is being shown inside the screen has a classroom training program version as well. Okay, and AutoCAD also we are doing. We currently we are an authorized channel partner or authorized training institute of Autodesk, so that we are doing properly. So these are the addresses. You can always visit our Facebook page. You will find a lot of content there. Okay, with our training programs, our details. These are the phone numbers. You can just take a snap of this from your phone maybe, or take a snipping tool and take the screen image, use it later. go to our website, go through our Facebook page, try to contact someone. Okay, the two phone numbers are provided. The second one is mine. Okay, so if you want to talk to me, you can talk to me over the phone. And the second number, that is 9995700074. That, so you can talk to me, and that will come to the conclusion. I have some of the queries to be answered. What is the minimum salary package? Okay, maximum salary. That's a question from some one of the attendees that we have across the screen. Okay, uh, I don't know what type of experience that you are talking about. Starting from, say, I have to be very true. Where is some small contractor who is doing small jobs? You are starting from, say, around Indian currency, starting from 8,000 INR to, say, 15,000 INR anywhere in South India. It can go up to, say, 1 year, 2 year experience. It can go up to, say, like a Blue Star Voltas. It can be going up to, say, around 30,000 to 40,000 in a city like Bangalore. Understood. So 2 years, 3 years experience, say, like a company, like a middle level company, something like a VKBS or something like a ABS Arcon in Bangalore, they'll be offering somewhere around 25 for a 2 year experience person, 25 for a 2 year experience person, something like that. That's package, I should say. But if you can elaborate on your experience, I can come back to you on the same. So that's the worst case scenario to the best case scenario that I'm talking about. Okay. And once you have an experience of, say, around 10 years, karke, that type of experience in Middle East and all, the packages have been going like anything. A person who is working with somebody who is in the management level by that time will be taking home easily somewhere around, say, 2 lakh, 2.5 lakhs INR has been take home salary packages are delivered. That type of packages are taken by people also, understood, in very large. Okay, in max salary and minimum salary, I will get through your placement. My packages will say over from somewhere around 6,000 to 15,000 in South India. Basic packages, understood. Derek has raised his hand. Okay, I'll look into that. Yeah, Derek has raised his hand. I am not seeing any clarifications right now. QA session is there. Okay, uh, that is there. Okay. Okay, you can come to the chat window. People who have raised their hands. Okay. The programs are expensive or not? Ajit, it is as per your requirement. Say it can start from somewhere around 10,000 rupees onwards to 35,000 rupees. That's the online training program packages right now. The HVAC program that we are discussing right now is around 50 hours. Is costed at around 25,000 rupees. Okay. So the costing part I don't want to discuss right now. That's a general program. You can always contact us as per your requirement. The certifications are provided also. We are providing online certification programs with professional development levels, as well as we are affiliated to State Council. We are affiliated to All India Technical Education Society. We are affiliated to ISO. Understood. Our company is accredited under ISO. We follow ASHRAE, NFPA, NBCI, these type of standards. All the working professionals are available. So in case of your, say, for example, Bonnie, we told that all the certification do we provide. With these certifications, if you want to migrate to UAE, for example, or Dubai down the line, you can go take the certificate to Trivandrum Consulate. You can do a attestation also. UAE embassy attestation is also possible. Understood. That's a validation that I can give you. And also, it is also accepted by almost all the companies across India. They will understand that you have learned something. They have understood that you have learned as per the standards. That is what we are doing. Okay. And the programs, see, it's not like Udemy, or it's not like something like a recorded video. All the things are live. So they are a bit expensive, but the value is there. You'll be able to gain, say, 10,000 rupees is hardly very 1 month salary for a junior level person. Understood. But with this 10,000 rupees or 15,000 rupees, what he'll gain will help you create a career long effect in your job development. And the certificate is always valid. So you can introduce it in case of any interview also. Next time when you go for, say, like a, for example, Ajit has asked that are these expensive? Are certificates possible? Okay, the case with certification is that, say, if you are shifting a job, at that time the certificate also can be produced. Every company will expect an individual to invest on his personal development. Understood? So that as a personal development tool also you can show this. This is also there. Understood? This is what we are up to. Okay. Now this is questions. Uh, Again, Jasim was asking about DRV here. Okay, double regulating valves. Okay, that's the thing inside MEP. HVAC, chill water piping. Yeah, DRVs are kept at the outlet because the water regulation, pressure regulation has to be done. So that's the reason why DRVs are kept at the outlet of a chiller, or say in case of AHUs and FCUs, you will see PICVs now, pressure independent control valves. Okay, those will be used. They are used to control this thing, and for testing and commissioning also, this will be a handy device. Water balancing has to be done. You need DRVs or balancing valve. Older days, DRVs used to be called as balancing valves. Okay, now it is a DRV, double regulating valve. I hope it helps. Okay, so we had some participants inside this program. I hope that you got the idea of the whole session. You have patiently waited this much time, try to understand this thing. Yes, you can contact me over the WhatsApp. The number is on the screen, 9957000074. Okay, I can give you some inputs. Yeah, I have something available in Dubai, it should help. That's which all softwares do I learn if I study? Do I need to learn if I study in the institute? Okay, if you come to us, we will be giving you AutoCAD. We will be teaching. We can teach you AutoCAD. We can teach you Revit MEP. We can teach you HAP, which is a heat load software. Do you have manufacturers in Kerala for pumps and valves? No, essentially very rare. Understood. We don't have much of pumps and manufacturers valves in Kerala. Jasim Rahman has, okay, sir, 2 months before I had spoke with you. Okay. Sir, I am electrical based. Electrical based also, see, AutoCAD and Revit MEP. Revit MEP is basically all for mechanical and electrical people, both put together. That will be there. Is CATIA software? No, we don't do CATIA. Yes, in our WhatsApp, sir. Okay, maybe I should have saved in your, maybe I not have saved your number. No, with CATIA, we don't have a program with us. I think in Gulf, most full MEP companies, if I am going to Gulf experience with only HVAC, it's possible to get a job. Yes, where you start, say there are people with companies which are asking for HVAC experience. HVAC contractors alone are there in Middle East also. Maybe that's a good place to start as well, because larger companies, they will ask for bigger experiences or multiple experiences at least. Either you should have Gulf experience or either you should have multiple experience. They'll ask. Okay. Full MEP companies, because say if I am a HVAC contractor, I'll try to improve my business. How I'll develop my business? I'll start doing firefighting along with HVAC. I will start doing electrical along with HVAC. That's why if you have multi-skilled people, the same person can be used to coordinate everything. Understood? Whichever department it is. That's the reason. We don't do CATIA as of now, but we do AutoCAD, we do Revit MEP very well, and all will be real-time projects that we have done. And we are also teaching HAP, array analysis program. We are teaching Dialex, which is a lighting selection software. We are teaching heat load demand calculation, all those things which are done, that we are taking care of very well. That's and mind you, we are planning for one more session, particularly for the Middle East people with the costing and all. I have getting inquiries about fees of the program and all. You can say for right now, I don't want to bring the fee structure into the presentation. This is my contact number is available. You can always talk to me individually over the phone, or else you can contact the first number. You can send a mail to hr@theateoftheasianet.com. You'll get the answers. Costing for costing and other things, I am planning for a session for the Middle East people separately, like maybe 2 to 3 days time. The same program will be done for the Middle East persons also. Inside that, the costing part will be taken care, and what all will be taught to you. Okay, inside each and every training program will be elaborately given. Understood? That is also one thing we are doing right now for like people like Ajit or people like Ashik who want to talk to me, or the Jasim. If you want to talk to me over the WhatsApp thing, you can always save the second number and talk to me over. Okay, clear? I hope that it was an interactive session. Is there okay? Is returner from condition stage is going through returner diffuser is directly going to FC, or else it can flow in the plenum area? It flows through the plenum area. Here, generally in case of FCU and all, we don't have any returner ducting. It just flows over the plenum area and goes back to the rear of the equipment, where it will be entering the filter and going through the FCU. That's it. FCU means hardly it be 1 ton, 1.5 ton, 2.5, 3 ton. That's general capacity on a fan coil unit. Understood? So you don't have much of a returner ducting and all that. You just it's a grill. Yes, return without supplier is returner. Understood? Without returner, supplier will come to the AC space. It will get hotted up. It will heat up and it will go back to the FCU as returner. Understood? It's not returner. Without returner, there will not be any supplier. Both are like of two hands. You have left hand, you have right hand. Returner is your left hand. Your right hand is your supplier. Like this. Without that, FCU is complete. Understood. Okay, I hope you got the concept. I tried to say it in a very simple manner. When you have a fan inside an FCU, it is doing both things. It is supplying air to the space. It is also bringing back air from the air. Okay, clear? In case of an FCU, is essentially for human comfort. Both supplier and return air, both are for human comfort. Understood. See, return air will carry back the heat as well as humidity from the room into the AC space. Understood. Back to the equipment. Return air is carrying the heat and humidity from the AC space in back to the equipment. Okay, and turning that into conditioned air, cold air, and sending it to the AC space. Okay, say like it can be clubbed with the guest room management system, or individual thermostat can be provided and individual control can be provided. Okay, I hope it helps. Okay, fine. So these were the questions. We had a general discussion on all the topics. I hope. If you have any clarifications on the industry, you can ask me. Okay. At the rear end, you have another question. This session was very nice, clear for many queries. Thank you so much for spending your time. Contact you soon. I got some faith from your words. Okay, fine, Ashik. Okay, fine. Talk to me. Okay. I'll help. What we can do best, we'll do. Understood. We have been doing that for the last 14 years. So, as per that, thank you, Jaydeep. Okay. Hope, like we will try to bring in more sessions with. I have been asked to put costing by a lot of people. Okay, I'll put the costing part. Hopefully, we'll do that. Okay. Thank you. Nowadays, we have inverter type split ACs, which is cost effective. Yes, we do get inverter type split ACs. R32 is the refrigerant to go to, which is the device used for air balancing. We have a DRB. Basically, DRBs are balancing. Well, the air balancing is anemometer. Basically, anemometer. Understood. How can I get authorized code for a app? Right now, it is difficult. You can get 5.1 free version downloadable for 90 days from the carrier app website. Carrier website. That's UTC carrier app that you can Google. You'll get that. That's it. But the code is expensive. You have to buy it. But for 90 days, or I believe for 90 days, it's the free version is available. 5.1 is the latest version. Okay. Air balancing, you need anemometers. Okay. Okay, fine. Done. So I'll right now we have been going through a session. It's almost we are expecting it to be 1 hour, but it's paid for. Yes, it's paid. You have to pay it for. Say anywhere in the country, it's paid. Actually, generally you have to ask your company to buy it for you. Okay, that's what we generally do, and you have a free version also available, which is downloadable only for a limited period of time. It's understood. Okay. Fine. 4.5, 4.9 and all is available over the website, over the downloadable websites that are like torrents and all. It's available, which will help you to learn. Okay. 5.1 has updated versions of ASHRAE, 90.1, 62.1, 55, that type of codes which are updated inside 5.1. Okay. Okay, fine. So this is wind up. Thank you guys. Thank you for attending the program. If you have any queries on the program, please, this is the second phone number is my WhatsApp number. You contact me. Okay, if anything is there which we can do together or I can help you, we'll help you from us. We have been doing it for very long time. So that will help you also. Okay. Thank you. There's a wind up. Okay. And also you can go to our Facebook page. You'll be able to find some amount of info there. Okay. Don't mind with the, say there was a question from, that's QA sessions, individual question has come. Okay, salary packages, yes, for the junior level people, the salary packages may be poor, but yes, once you gain experience, that's when you get the better packages. It's a core engineering industry. That's why mechanical electrical people have chosen this industry, right? So starting in India, it will be lesser, but once you gain the experience, it will be always better. Okay, fine. Thank you. Okay, I am winding up the session.